Hi all. So today is the third week, the skill development, and I am the guest for this week. So let's brief about myself. I am Sourav, and currently I am a senior engineer in American Express, and as a full stack, I am working for 5 years, 6 years almost, and as a full stack engineer. So and there are lots of tech stacks I have to work day to day, and depend upon the use cases, the applications, the softwares, right? And also handle a large scale user basis, millions of users, billions of transactions, messages. So it's really I can say that there are lots of things I have explored and lots of things I have to work on, right? So let's yeah, I'll going to share you my journey. So but before starting that, uh let's so
Sorry, sorry for interrupting. Can you click that button present on top? It'll become full screen.
okay, which button? Present
Yeah,
button.
yeah. So now, yeah, present below.
Present button, okay.
Awesome.
Yeah, got it. So so you can see the today's agenda. So first, you have to learn a coding programming language, right? So before starting anything, you have to choose a language. So which interact, what is a language? You all know programming language basically. So you have to choose a language, and there are lots of languages are currently available in the market, right? So choosing a language also, we always choose a language which is mostly used, and which is also you can create a scalable application, and also you can enhance your app and applications in different scenarios or use cases. So there are if I give an example, give some example of the languages like Python, the syntax are really easy. JavaScript is there, Java is there. I mostly work on Java, and also I work on Python, JavaScript. .NET is there, right? C has .NET. Then we have Go. Currently, Go is also in trend. So there are lots of other like Ruby on Rails and different types of languages are there, right? High level, you can categorize them in high level and low level languages. C++ is always there in the market, right? So and all these languages are used in their own space, right? So all these languages has their own, I can say that each language has its own advantage, and sometimes has its own limitations as well, right? So some desktop applications you can go to some set of skill set tech stacks, and for web application you have to choose some tech stacks, right? And like blockchain you have to choose some another tech stack, and cybersecurity also choose another different tech stack. So but yeah, but for starting your coding journey, you have to choose a language wisely, right? And you have to work on the other languages, once you learn the, in the second part you can see, once you learn the syntax and basic concepts, most of the languages has, in the beginning if you start any of these languages, the syntax is almost same, right? Means logic almost same, syntax is some different, language to language it varies. Like in object oriented languages mostly it's same, right? So some languages may have the different syntaxes, but if you know the concepts, like the basic concepts like loop, switch cases, right, the data types, those things like almost same in every languages. So so the thing is that you have to learn one language, like from beginner to, you have to be you have to go through beginning to intermediate to advanced, and then you can jump to another language that will be easy, right? So first you have to choose a language, that's the main point. And once you as you learn, you have to also exercise and write the codes, right? Then you can understand what is going on inside the crux of it, and uh, also it helps to understand the flow better, right? So you can hear me, right? Or hello, hello.
Yeah, you're audible. Hear you. You're audible.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so start with simple programs, right? Simple programs, basic, for each of these topics you cover, do some exercise on those topics, all right?
Even the most basic ones, right?
Most basic ones, And it depends, actually it depends upon the programmer. So some programmers may find it very basic, and some programmer may be, it will be intermediate level for them. But as you practice, it will be easy for you. So more you practice, like more you understand, more you learn. That's the like basic principle of programming. And once you are comfortable with your like basic programming skills, you can start building applications, right? So you cannot directly jump to the building applications. You have to follow the steps, right? So once you learn the basics, then you can go to the intermediate level. Then you can choose some frameworks. So each languages has their own frameworks. So we'll cover that in the next topic. But here I can say that once you start the simple programs, and you get some confidence, you can start exploring the problem solving skills, and building small applications to get some confidence, right? You can create simple games, web applications, right? So that you can also showcase that. We'll discuss in the next topic that thing, those things. Okay. And from where you can learn, now there are lots of books out there. Even in your universities, you have the courses on different programming languages. But also lots of courses are available, right? Even freely available also courses are there. And nowadays the problem of this thing is there are many more tutorials are available, which makes sometimes makes confusion, like from where you have to start. Like there are so many suggestions are available also. So you have to go through the steps, you have to follow the steps, uh, as I mentioned, right, from easy to intermediate to advanced. So you have to follow those steps to become an expert.
So, Saurav, if like if you had to recommend these people, right, like what would be your primary source of learning something? Would you first jump onto tutorials, or are you a more book person, right? How do you handle this thing?
Always keep a book handy. Like when I
Uh-huh.
start programming, like in my schools and colleges, like in school, so we started from the book only.
Hmm.
There you can find lots of exercises also there for practice.
Hmm.
But sometimes even the books do not like only like I can say blindly follow a single book. You can also
Uh,
follow the reference books as well,
mhm.
or even the courses as well, like the tutorials. YouTube has lots of tutorials really available. If you find that the book you are like not getting, like you are not understanding any concepts in that book, from the book which is written,
Mhm.
it is going over your head, then you can search on the internet, right? You can
Yeah.
find lots of blogs, lots of articles on that topic, lots
Mhm.
of hands-on examples.
Mhm.
You can practice, and once you practice, maybe you may find some bugs or errors. It will be like overwhelmed first of all, like then even the mentors are available, right?
Yeah. So
So
it's good to have a mix of these things and don't rely on just one thing.
yes, that's the thing.
Yeah.
So you have to experiment, I can say. As you are a
Mhm.
beginner, you have to research, right?
Mhm.
You have to research. More you research, more you gain knowledge, right? Better
Yeah.
understanding.
Mm. Nice.
And more you gain knowledge, you can go to more advanced topics. Lots of challenging problems are still there. You use lots of applications nowadays, right?
Yeah.
And if you understand how that works internally, it's quite quite complex. Even in Facebook recommendation system, Uber map, like your driver matching system, uh, Google Map mapping, like maps. There are lots of systems, your notification systems, your mail, SMS, SMC. So push notifications. So there are lots of challenges are there. Your banking applications also, like your transaction happens from ATM, and then you immediately gets notified that your balance deducted. So those things nowadays there is no lag, mostly in real time. Like you get uh, instant notification. You do not need to wait for some time, multi processing applications nowadays, so right. So there are lots of advanced topics are there. Once you understand the basics, then you can jump to the advanced topics, right? Do not jump to the advanced, start learning like advanced things, then you do not like understand those things properly. So there are lots of also not only coding languages. You have to understand the computer science fundamentals, databases, operating systems, then networking. These are few important concepts, like subjects basically. You have to understand how they works, how operating system works, how there are different uh, networking protocols are there, right? How many layers are there, which layer we are working on. um, those things, like you have to understand, like you have to basically not understand, you have to first go through these topics, then only you can understand, right? So you have to learn first, and you have to start learning. Do not wait for tomorrow. Start learning from today itself, I can say, right? And also the online communities, Stack Overflow. Every developers, not only developers, every programmers use this in their day-to-day problem solving. uh, if you find some bugs, you can search there, maybe other guys already fix or got that bug before, right? So it's a great community. You can ask different doubts, find solutions. uh, there are different Reddits are there, you can post anonymously. Many Nowadays there are many community Discord servers are there, lots of um like I say, communities are there who are there to help you, and you can also contribute your understanding, right? So once you gain more knowledge, you can help that community. Like you can gain from them, and you can also contribute. And at last, like you have to keep practicing, and you should be consistent while practicing. Like I practice, let's say today I start practicing, and maybe 1 week I am not available, like, or maybe I cannot practice. And then after next month I start again practicing, right? So that doesn't work. Basically you have to consistent while practicing, like each day try to keep like learn or keep practice, right? um and it's fun, right? If you learn new things, and there are lots of, like, if you join the community, you can discuss with them what you learn today, and they are also like ready to, like, they are also one eager to like understand like what you learn, and you can like discuss with them that I find something new today. Those things are really fun. You can engage with them. Different, not only from India, you can, the whole world is like the community is from whole world, right? Different many communities are there. I am also maintaining some communities. So that is really like engaging, like you can engage from different countries, from United States to Australia to Russia, China, any countries you can go, like, and like not go, you can discuss with the people from there, from those countries, okay? So that is a really nice thing for the communities, right? uh, yeah. So now the key points, like as I discussed, right? You can understand, you have to pick some goals. So you have to set some goals, and you have to uh, once you set some goals, do not, like, you have to complete that goal. That should be your target, right? Debugging is a key, because once you write the code, you find different bugs in it, different errors. You have to keep debugging to fix that, right? So debugging is it is also a skill of developers, or not only developer, programmers as well. Developers, I say, there are also testers are there are many engineers are there, okay? So debugging is for all. So more you debug, more you understand, more you like understand the framework, right? So debugging is a key. uh, Documentation, as I told you, the blogs are there out there. Even like if you go to, if you choose like Python or Java, they have their own official documentation, right? Each framework has its own documentation. Oracle maintains the Oracle Java documentations. Then there are different frameworks are there. So they are also open source frameworks, so there are lots of documentation out there, official documentation. Apart from that, there are many articles and blogs are there, you can read, right? You can go to Google or any other search engine, and you can explore and practice regularly. Make a habit to practice regularly, okay? I can say do not give up, because uh, once it's like, if you are as a beginner you find lots of difficulties to understand the topics. Maybe you are overwhelmed that many different programs you can get, like challenges I will discuss in the next slide. So do not give up, because you have to, it may take time, it may takes time, but yes, even it takes time, you have to like, you should not give up. Okay, you have set the goals, and your target should be complete that I say. You are understanding or not? Nobody is saying anything.
Come on, guys, you can make it a little more interactive.
Yeah, yeah, that's.
So, Saurav, I think this would be a very common question that I think every student has in its mind, but I don't think they really ask it, right? Like we do say, don't give up or keep practicing this and that. But when you are starting on something new and I should say, like your mind is not really comfortable learning these concepts and all, right? So how do you keep yourself motivated to, no, I mean, this is tough, but I have to go through this thing.
Hmm. This doesn't like, this doesn't come in a day.
Hmm.
Uh, what I
Okay.
say that, maybe today you find some difficulty, then you again like start from the same thing the next day, or after some time you take some break, you analyze those things, right?
Hmm.
Do not get demotivated. Do not
Okay. So,
demotivate. uh, like you have to like, if you start something your target should be completed, right?
okay.
And it is not a rocket science. It's very easy if you concentrate, and as I told you, there are lots of communities out there, you can discuss your difficulties, right?
Yeah. No,
uh,
this would be, I think, the key thing here that you have to understand at the end of the day that this is not rocket science, and people do it, and you just have to have that kind of confidence that you can do it too, and that should be motivation enough.
you find lots of seniors out there,
Yeah.
like I am doing many
Hmm.
new things, nobody teaches me, right?
Yeah.
I have to do myself, and even I have to explain that to my juniors.
Hmm.
uh, a new thing I have to explore, like that is not that may be not there, but I have to create that.
Hmm.
That is also
Okay.
uh, energy, like you get some motivation from there itself, like it is not there and I am going to do something new,
Hmm.
and that gives some impression to others, right? So that gives you motivated, so I am doing
Oh,
something new.
no, that's really amazing. Like at first you may struggle to find motivation, but then you become the source of motivation for others.
Yeah,
This is good. All right. Awesome.
so others are keep silent, so are they
Guys,
are,
do you have any questions regarding this thing? Did you want to ask anything?
no sir.
Okay, awesome. All right, we can go ahead, Saurav.
Yeah, sure. Yes. Now, let's say you understand the coding, right? The programming. Let's say you choose any of these programming languages first, right? Then you have to building the applications. Programming is nothing but to implement, right? If you learn program, you have to implement that. The software is basically hardwares. Even that software interact with the hardware. So uh, you have to create now the projects. Different projects are there. Like I will discuss types of projects. 1 minute. Yeah, once you understand the programming languages of language, any of, like you can choose, let's say you master one of the language, okay, you should first take a single language and master it. Then you have to you have to create some small applications, right, so that you get some confidence. uh, if you know about software life cycle, before jumping, like there are different life cycle steps are there. So first you have to gather the requirements, what kind of language project you are going to start going to do. You can take any of these applications, let's say a library management system. I am giving some basic examples like library management system, hospital management system, or school or college, uh, like some score management system, like let's say the result scores management system. So those things you can create, like in your colleges also you manages some portals are also there, right? Some applications are there, so you can also create your clone of those systems. You can try to clone, right? So you have to find out the scopes or requirements. You have to gather the requirements, what these systems do, what this system does. You point out, and then you can start building the application for, like, you have to first gather the requirements. You have to prepare a chart, like what are the requirements, one, two, three, four, and then start each of these to implement, right? So first gathering the requirement is very, very crucial, because once you plan, sometimes like in different, like now, if you I do you know software engineering, have you started that? There are different,
Do you
um,
guys have the course software engineering? Have you like done that, or is that like in your fourth year?
it is in fourth year.
Yes, sir, it is in fourth year.
Okay, it's in fourth year. Okay.
So you are from third year, right? Hello.
Yes, sir, we
Yes,
are
sir.
from third year.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So in fourth year you have to read the software engineering. So you have to understand that in that subject you can see, like, that is a real project scenario, like in this in industries follow some principles to create and develop the projects, right? Software development life cycle it is. And there are different kinds of life cycle principles are there. One of these mostly used principle is agile flow, uh, right? So there you have to plan it, uh, discuss with the business, develop the application, showcase them. If any changes are required, you can again enhance that application. So there are different principles out there. If you like in the your next year, fourth year, you have to learn those principles. Okay. And like those are used in industries. Okay, not all those principles, like agile I told you. So agile is mostly used nowadays. Previously waterfall was there, now it's obsolete. Now agile is mostly used. So now in those principles it is mentioned that first you have to gather the requirement. So in the next year you will get it better, like clear that how important is that gathering requirement is, right? Then once you gather the requirement, then you have to design and then develop. Design, so each of these in industries, each step is done for different teams are there. Designing is done, the architects are designing well, there are architects who design that system. Let's take the Uber has their architect team, their development team, their testing team, developer. Once the requirement is gathered by the business unit or business analyst, then it goes to the architect. They design it. Then it goes to developers to develop it. Then maybe testers are there, support teams are there, maintain maintenance team are there. Now for a beginner, you are doing, let's say you can create application individual application, like as an individual you can create a project, or you can create a team, small team. Let's say you all people create a 5 people are there, right? 5 guys. So you can create a small team of five, and you can create something, some project. You can pick some requirement and you can develop that application. So for a beginner I said, like, uh, you have to understand the flow, the architecture, the what kind of databases you have to choose, uh, those things, like what kind of interfaces you have to use in your application. Even the development environment are there, right? Different IDs are out there to help you, like VS Code, IntelliJ, Eclipse, NetBeans, then Python for Python. So for each language, there are many famous IDs are there to make lives easy for developers, the program for programmers. Uh, and right, so you have to choose that ID, and then you can start developing that application. I already discussed there are libraries and frameworks are out there. These are like what are the libraries and frameworks are. These are gives you like predefined, like if you know about libraries and frameworks, you understand like they gives us like inbuilt some code bases, right? Or I can say the APIs which you can integrate in your application. So it gives you like is an environment to like faster development, right? So lots of frameworks are there for each languages. uh, React for JavaScript, Vue.js, Node.js, Angular. These are all JavaScript frameworks. Java has Springboard, then Jakarta, right? Python has Django, Flask, right? These are famous frameworks out there for each languages, and also it's changing. Let's say every 6 months it's changing, so you have to keep updated with these frameworks. And this not it doesn't come in a day overnight. As
Mhm.
I told you, you have to understand the basics first. Once you understand the basics, then you have to jump to these frameworks to become an expert, right? So that you can build an application from scratch. Because once you start building the applications, the complexity also arises. So
Sort of, how would you choose a framework to work upon? Like,
mm,
let's say, like we are starting a new project, right? And we definitely would have to work on a framework to put it on, like,
mm.
to gain experience in that thing, right? So, working on a project should be like first you choose the framework, or first you choose the project and then choose the framework.
Now first you choose a language.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay.
So if you start with Java, you cannot choose React, means
Yeah.
JavaScript. Means frameworks are specific to use cases. Now, if you are working on Java, you cannot replace with Django. Like let's say you
Hmm.
can replace with Django, but that's very difficult. But what I say, first you choose a language for your project. If you start building your front end, you choose a JavaScript. If and back end, you can use Java, Python, even Node.js you can use. Nowadays, Go you can use. Uh, Now, let's say you are using Java, then you have to choose Java frameworks from Java itself. If you are using Python, then Python frameworks. And now you are using Java, and you start using you cannot use Python frameworks. So then that will be like that. You have to understand like which language I have to choose, and that depends upon the scalability issues are there. Now that is, as a beginner, you do not understand those things, but uh, you have to start with simple applications first. Not then this application, let's say Amazon has a billion user base. So now you cannot create a Amazon like applications from scratch, which has back end, front end. You can clone the Amazon front end, even in the on-site you can find that. But
Hmm.
you have to start like in uh, library management system kind of small application. You have to choose the framework wisely, depend upon the language, and choose the open source framework mostly.
Hmm.
I'll discuss about open source next. Uh, Debugging, as I mentioned, then you will get lots of bugs and errors you have to fix. So you have to you have to be a good debugger. And once you get the skills, you have to improve it. So you can showcase your projects to seniors, so that you can get some feedback. You can show me, like then I can tell you like how to improve that, right? So and then you can get like if you improve it, like if you get the feedback, then you can understand like how to improve it, and it also enhance your skills, right? Understand? I am talking
Any
for,
question, guys?
Yes, sir.
yeah, I'm only talking. Yeah, tell me any doubt you have, anything you want to ask.
Anything, guys? You will have to start working on these projects, right? Think about it. What is something that you would find hard to manage, right? You can think about that, and like you can ask questions towards the end also. All right, Inder has a question. Go
Hmm.
ahead, Inder.
Sir, my question is, sir, how much grasp is needed on React.js?
Can you
Sir,
repeat
how
that?
much, sir, how much grasp is needed on React.js while working on at companies?
DFJS.
Yes, sir.
Can you type your question, please?
Yes, sir.
React.js.
Okay, React.js. Sorry. Okay. React.js, first you have to understand the JavaScript. Okay. If you are going to a front end, React.js is a front end. Now, in your career, what you want to be, you have to decide. Sorry, I was. Let me start the cam. Okay. Mm, sorry, I did not check that camera is off. You have to start. You have to decide like what you want to be: a backend developer or a front end developer or a full stack developer. And React.js is completely a front-end development skill. Before React, you have to understand the JavaScript, vanilla JavaScript, then the JavaScript uh, latest features like ES6, and JavaScript is also evolving. New versions are coming with new features. You have to be master with JavaScript. Then React is very easy. The framework is really easy. It doesn't take much time if you are good with JavaScript, right? You have to understand JavaScript fundamental very like you have to be at least intermediate to start learning React.js, because after few years maybe React.js will be replaced with other frameworks. JavaScript is very dynamic. There was Angular previously, now React. Vue is also in market. So I say that you have to master in JavaScript first. Then you have to start React. And how much time basically for as a fresher, it depends upon person to person, like how fast you can grasp those concepts. But I can say for a beginner, you have to not just jump to frameworks first. You have to start with languages, JavaScript, then do some small coding and data structures and algorithms on JavaScript. Uh, Not JavaScript. I am saying that as you are focused on JavaScript, then you can do JavaScript. I this choosing a language is you have to choose wisely. Okay. Uh, JavaScript is for front end, as I told you. You can use Node.js for backend if you going to be a JavaScript developer. If you are going to a Python developer or data scientist or backend developer, scripting language as a Python, you can also do that. You can go to a cloud engineering, backend, scalable application. Java you can choose for data engineering. Backend, see, backend applications are mostly used on Java. Very scalable application, secure application, a faster application, uh, handles billions of messages, trillions in a month. Understand? So those scalability gives Java. Now, choosing a language is very wisely. You have to choose. Start with JavaScript, then React. Uh, if you are going for JavaScript, and for other languages, you have to also choose wisely. First, my suggestion is to start with basic coding, then problem solving, then the framework comes. Understand? Understand?
Inder?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt?
Sir. No, sir.
I guess one more important question with these students would be like, how I think what Inder was actually trying to understand was how do you measure your progress? Like, how much do you like, how do you measure your progress when you're learning a new language?
Hmm. Measure, there are, you have to practice online, like editor, like online, like there are different sites are there, GFG, coding platforms are there. uh, you have to keep practicing it. There are also timer are given, so how much time it takes to solve the problem, it gives you an idea, like, so there is a like nice visualization also there. Visualize, you can visualize that for that question how much time it average takes for other programmers and how much it is taking for you. So then you can understand that you have to improve that. Or if you are going, if you are solving faster than others, then you can think that you are in a right path.
Mm.
So now you have to go to the online platforms to practice and I can say to understand your level. I will discuss in the next slide. I think that is there, that online uh, contests are there. Okay, I think that, okay, competitive programming. So like competitive programming. Okay, before going jumping that, do you have any question? Are you good? Hello.
Come on, guys. You can say yes, sir. We're good. You can move ahead.
Yes, you can move ahead, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So going to the competitive programming, competitive programming is very important thing. Okay, like uh, big software companies takes the developer, programmers who are competitive programmers. Big tech competitive programmers, like nowadays everyone can code. Nowadays I have seen everyone can code, but not everyone can do it efficiently like others. So there is a difference between, like, that is the difference. Competitive code gives you that ability to make a difference. You have to understand different algorithms, problem solving, like the data structures, high level like designings, right? uh, so that like it gives you like it gives you a extra ability, or gives you an advantage over the other programmers. You can do you It gives you like the ability to think and solve the problems faster as well. Okay, so have you heard this term competitive programming before?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Even I think in your colleges or batches, many of your friends are doing competitive programming. And there it's usual you have to start competitive coding, right? In different platforms are there: CodeShape, CodeForces, HackerRank, HackerArt, LeetCode, CodeWares. Lots of top coder, lots of platforms are there. It's very interesting. Weekly contests are there. You can get a rank. Uh, you will also get the ranks. You can get the reward points each week. So like more you practice, more you get confidence. Even they you get a rank to showcase your profile in when you go to the interview. And like I said, like Google, Microsoft, Uber, top tech companies, uh, even Amex, Visa, right? uh,
Sir, will you pardon please? Your voice are interrupting.
is it for all or hello?
No, I think there's some problem with your internet connection. But okay, if you can just repeat the last point, sort of. I think he didn't get it.
Yeah, like I said, the top tech companies hire their candidates who are competitive programmer, as I mentioned. So you have to do competitive programming. So all these things are important. Learning a programming languages, become a competitive programmer, and also you have to do some projects using a framework. All this you have to do, not you have to do to become an expert. Okay, that makes a difference between others. Like it makes a difference with you and others, right? So you have to keep practicing, strong your fundamentals, your root, use online resources, start with simple problems, practice online challenges, weekly challenges, contests are happening, hackathons are there. Make a team. Even some individual hackathons are there, or you have to make a team to build something and showcase. Even national level hackathons are now there, right? Yearly happens. National level hackathons, that is government organized hackathon, central government. Even the companies also organizing hackathons. Big companies are organizing, even the startups also organizing the hackathon. as you are in third year, you should start doing from now on. Do not waste the time or wait for tomorrow. You have to start doing now. Okay, hackathons, projects to showcase yourself, right? And also it gives you fun. You can showcase in the communities, get feedbacks, right? And the key points, always remember that do not give up, and always and you should not rely on memorization, because if you gain the knowledge, then you do not need to memorize anyway. You can like implement that with your knowledge only, but to gain the knowledge you have to practice. Do not skip the fundamentals, obviously. So once your fundamentals are strong, then only you can move ahead and start building. Understand, Papan?
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
Yes.
sir. Yes.
Digvijay. Sohan is silent.
So, Sohan is the community manager actually.
Okay, sorry.
That's
And
fine.
so, like, do not get demotivated. Always be motivated. I say,
Mhm.
uh, if you get like, there are many resources to to like to do these things. Like as I mentioned till now. So yes, and if you find some difficulty, we are there. Like you can contact me. You can reach out to me, and I will help you. That's all. If you have any question, you can ask me. Q&A.
All right, guys. So this is towards the end. Okay, now you can ask your questions. Go ahead, Pawan.
Sir, will I have a development in my skills by doing a real world projects?
Sorry, can you repeat again?
Sir, will there be any development in my programming skills by doing real world projects with some like basic knowledge in programming?
Yeah, that's key. The course structure. Can you you can tell me, right? Better.
Sir, I have some basic knowledge regarding the Python skills. So, do it make me develop more my skills by doing real world projects? Like, do I need to master the uh, programming to do the real world projects, or like some basic knowledge is enough?
No, basic knowledge is not enough when you go building applications. You have to, as I mentioned, you have to go uh, till intermediate level. Basic fundamentals should be always clear to move ahead, to start building application. Application is not comprised only programming languages. Cloud technologies are there, databases are there, engineering. There are different things you have to explore when you go to a real world program project, right? So you have to host the application, you have to maintain it, you have to do lots of things. It comes once you have the development, the fundamental clear. You are doing Python as you mentioned, right? Python.
Yes, sir.
So make it strong. Python is not easy. Sorry, it's easy basically. Python is easy, very easy, but its frameworks are not very easy. Or I can say like, if you are must intermediate, or even if you find yourself very comfortable with Python, solve few questions on different coding platforms. As I mentioned, if you find very comfortable in coding, then jump to the problem solving. Sorry, the projects. You pick up any of this project and start building it. You may find difficulties, you can reach out and I can help you. But yeah, for real world problems, you need to be intermediate to advanced level, even for any. And also real world problems, like let's say these big organizations, right? So even as an individual you cannot do that, you need a team. So first you have to understand the fundamentals, as I mentioned.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Yeah, any more questions?
No, sir.
Then we are good here. So
Yeah.
you
All
will
right.
get some tasks later, okay, which you have to complete, and some resources for this week.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us, Saurav. It was a pleasure having you here. There was a lot of stuff that you shared. But I think the most valuable that the student should see is how you look at all of these things as fun, right?
Hmm.
Because when people are starting, right, they are very uncomfortable with hackathons and coding platforms. They look very scary to you, right? But this is like a prime example for all of these people that, if you just practice, right? And like, again, like we have talked about, this is not rocket science, okay? And you can always start with simple programs, and there's a step by step learning process to it. And you will reach a place where all of these things would seem very fun to you. Right. So I think this was like, yeah, we did talk about how to master language and all, but this mindset of yours, I think, would uh, be very reflective of what an expert programmer or somebody who stands out in the market should have. Right. And I think that is very valuable asset to these people. So again, thank you so much for joining us. If these guys have any questions or regarding, I will send them your way. All right. Thank you so much again.
Yeah, thank you. You can reach out to me. Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Have a good day, Saurav.
Yeah,
Bye.
same to you all.